I wanted to get away for a couple of nights, but unfortunately, as you can see, the van is still not ready and it's still not on the road yet. But of course, the Volvo is. So the question is, what's it like, 2 people sleeping in the back of the Volvo for 2 nights? Well, tell them where we're going, Lisa.
And we're going to the Lake District.
Yeah, we're on the M6, about 50 minutes away. The weather looks okay so far. Not perfect, but as good as this summer's going to be. And we're going to spend 2 nights on a campsite in between Windermere and Kendal, so it should be a nice place to go. But the 2 nights we're spending is actually going to be in the back of this Volvo and not in the tent. So I'm hopeful that the campsite doesn't throw us off for staying in the car and not the tent. We'll see how this goes. It's going to be interesting. But I think we'll be okay. I've got a blow-up bed, I've got loads of stuff with us, probably more than we need, but better safe than sorry. But that's the beauty of a car like this, can fit so much stuff in, and 2 of us can fit comfortably in the back of it. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting adventure, and hopefully we'll see some nice sights along the way. Our first stop off was at a wonderful place called Footsfell at the bottom of Lake Windermere. Owned by the National Trust, it features some great views and is an ideal place to participate in some water sports if you wish to. There's also a lovely meadow to go for a walk, a coffee shop and some excellent picnic spots. After spending a couple of hours there, we decided to hit the road again and head up to our campsite. Well, we're at the campsite, they let us in and it's now time to set everything up. So I actually do have a tent, and what I'm going to do with the little 2-man tent is stick all our stuff in it, like the portable toilets, all our storage, and then actually use the car as the bed. But this campsite is absolutely lovely. It's right in the middle of the lakes between Kendal and Windermere. I think it was like £17 a night for a small pitch. We've got all cleaning facilities to do to prepare your food and wash them. Lovely toilets nearby. There's a pub right near us. Shower facilities down there, and the place is immaculate. Even near the pitch here, we've got these big rocks so we can cook stuff on, and yeah, it's going to be super good. If you just show down here as well. So yeah, here's the pitch here, and it's about 2 meters away from the car, which is wonderful. So the only question is now is how do I put a tent up, because I've never done a tent before, so that's going to be the difficult part. Thankfully it's only a small one. So how do you think that went?
Well, it's up now. We spent 2 hours on this.
It's all your fault.
Yeah, this wasn't the easiest tent to set up, but...
Are we getting divorced, Jess?
Well, this was a challenge. I don't think this was a safe thing to do on the first day after we got married.
Yeah, like we said we got married on the 1st of June. That was like our ceremony, but we've only legally been married 1 day since yesterday. That tested us. So
now you might end up sleeping in there, you know, alone.
You can try, but I've got the car keys. I'll lock myself.
If it falls at night, that's not my fault.
Okay, so we've got all this to stick in there, so go on then. Good?
Amazing.
Well, I've just got a pizza from the pizza place. It looks delicious. It looks very Italian. With some of my Parmesan cheese, some Lambrusco wine, Lisan's having her tea, and well, it's really good. I'm enjoying myself.
Sounds good.
We're also playing a Harry Potter game, so we have to...
It's called Hogwarts Quiz.
Yeah, we found the game in the little cabin nearby for kids to play, but, you know, Where kids are hot.
Amazing. While you're filming, I'm gonna eat the whole pizza.
I think this guy with the A4, his mind's just blown because he's done it the other way around. He's got his stuff in the car and he's sleeping in the tent.
Like all normal people, you mean?
Got a challenge convention now, haven't you?
True.
Yeah, no one makes progress about challenging convention. It depends on those weirdos.
Well, I don't want to sleep out there. I feel warm here.
Exactly. Luxury Swedish cabin. Anyway, I'm going to go to sleep now, even though it's still light out. But let's see how it goes in the morning. You want to say good night?
Good night.
Good night. Okay, the first night's done. I think it's been quite successful because this one's still asleep. So anyway, time to get up, get a shower and make some breakfast. Right, well, how long did we sleep for last night?
I don't know, something like 12 hours.
We went to bed at 9, woke up at 9. Thought it was about 6 o'clock. So in terms of a bed, it's successful, but we did waste half the day. So that's why we're out in nature, going on a walk. So we're just a couple of miles outside of Ambleside, and it's a nice day. It's a little bit overcast, but quite warm. So it's so far so good. It's pretty cool. I'm liking it.
I didn't know there would be days when I wouldn't be wearing any sweaters, but it happened.
That's a sweater.
Yes, now, but it was a t-shirt just 5 minutes ago.
There's no photography evidence. It doesn't exist.
But there is.
Is there?
Yes.
Guess she was wearing a t-shirt. We're at a place called Chester's by the river. It's a kind of a bakery which just wasps seems to shoot like me. We're just outside Ambleside, and this Bakewell tart is the best Bakewell tart I've ever had in my life. And good coffee here as well. But it's a nice place to walk, and just nice to be out in nature and do stuff that we're not necessarily doing at home. So it's a good trip so far. Well, we're back home, and to answer the question at the beginning of the video, what's it like staying in the Volvo for a couple of nights? Well, actually pretty good. I had a wonderful trip away, and the car performed really, really well. And especially on those small country roads, having a car maybe is a little bit easier than a van. Of course, it's not going to be as easy as a van because we have to get everything ready and stick it all in the car. And the idea of the van is, of course, that everything's just ready for us to go at short notice of the weekend. But overall, it was still a really good experience. The only problem I found with the car is perhaps a lack of headroom. I'm sat on the tailgate at the moment with no airbed in between, so you can imagine when it's an airbed and a little bit higher, you're hunched over quite a bit. So that kind of makes just getting undressed and getting changed a little bit harder. But apart from that, overall, it was pretty good. I also did find it was a little bit cold in the middle of the night, and that could have easily solved that by taking an extra blanket and leaving it on top of the duvet. But compared to a tent, I think it was a much better experience. And crucially, like, the inside of the car wasn't all wet in the morning. Sure, there's a bit of condensation on the windows, but overall, because you had the headliner and there's a lot of fabric, it was nice and dry when you woke up, unlike staying in the tent. So the main question is, would I do this again in the future? And I would say absolutely. And I definitely do this way around with staying in the car and throwing the stuff in the tent. I think if you do stuff on a budget, it's a great way of doing it, especially if you got like tinted windows like this car has. So yeah, of course, I'm super looking forward to the van being finished off because that's going to be the ideal vehicle for what we need. But at a pinch, I think this is still a very, very good alternative. So I know this video has been a bit different. I think I missed out some bits at the beginning or the middle of setting the car up, but I hope it's just been entertaining or informative for a couple of you out there watching. So you know what to do. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and subs if you loved it. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon. And hopefully in the next video, we'll be tackling the rust on the campervan. So until then, take care.